words have changed the world.
Hello, and welcome back to the world of assassination and the trending contracts. And today's contract, Bad Fortunes 4, set in Marrakesh. And the contract ID is up on the screen now for anyone who wishes to have a crack at it, and has been supplied to us courtesy of Kennedy 888. So on to our briefing. Well, there isn't one, so we'll just say that our targets today have been rather naughty and they need to be punished. So speaking of targets, today we have 5 of them with no stipulations on how we dispatch them or what we wear whilst we do so we have a free map. So for today's challenge, we will be starting undercover at the Shisha Cafe. We're going to have the Seeker 1 stored up at the Lamp Shop Alley, and we're going to be bringing with us a vial of lethal poison and a syringe of lethal poison, along with our silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, we are going to continue cleaning at this table. You can see our first target over yonder. You can also see there is an enforcer waiter at the back of the bar there. So we're just going to wait for the waiter to move off. We're then going to move over to our target. Now I don't think he actually gets up, but he does put that glass down. And in the few seconds that he does put that glass down, we're going to move in and poison it as soon as he does. There he goes. So straight in with the poison and move away a nice safe distance. I'm just going to pause briefly in the doorway here to make sure he goes down. It definitely looks like he's choking. Yep, I'd say that's one down. So moving on to our next target, and we need to make our way over to the headmaster's shop. Over here we're going to pick up a screwdriver, which is just in the mechanic's shop here on our left. Then we're going to trigger the conversation between the headmaster's son and his friend here. If we look to our left, there is one of our targets. We want this conversation to play out so that those two move away. So while we're waiting for that to happen, we're going to move off and we're going to head to the fortune teller's little shop just past the lamp shop here. And if we're by the lamp shop, we must be here to collect our stash. Before we do that, we are gonna just mess with the telephone booth here and then retrieve our briefcase, move over so that no one can see us, retrieve our Seeker 1 and put that away, and then we can move on. We'll come back to the phone booth in a little while. So while we're waiting for the tech guy to turn up for the phone booth, we're going to move on around to the carpet shop area, and we're going to make our way up to the roof. And our next target, who is the young lady up here who has the key card to the consulate. There is also a guard up here as well. So the guard, we're going to wait for him to move away. So we're going to select our lethal syringe, and when the guard moves off, he's going to head up the stairs. He'll stop at the top, but he'll have his back to us. That's when we can move in. Just be aware that this lady does not stand still, so you have to pick your moment very carefully when you inject her with your poison. But we managed to get that done. We're going to move away as quickly as possible, as the guard will be turning round any second. So we just need to be careful exiting the stairwell as we were trespassing. So from here on out, we're now going to head towards the shoe shop area. So that is the tech guy. He's currently in the market. and he's going to head to the fortune teller's little shop next of all. So we won't head for the shoe shop just yet. We'll stop off and we'll wait for the tech guy to come along. So I've just dropped my briefcase there in the street. Someone should hopefully pick that up. We don't need it. So eventually the tech guy makes his way down the street and picks up the telephone, and we get ourselves a nice fireworks display. So that is 3 targets taken care of. We just have 2 more to go. So next up we're going to head, as I mentioned, to the shoe shop, and we're going to get ourselves a change of disguise. Our next target is down in the tunnels between the consulate and the shoe shop. So we're going to be heading that way next. So someone has very kindly put our briefcase away somewhere safe, and we're going to head round the corner here. We're at the shoe shop. Luckily enough, the guard has just moved away. There is the guard returning from placing our briefcase. So we're just going to make our way over the barrier and into the shop, and we're just going to wait behind the counter as we trigger a conversation between these 2 guards right here. And we're just going to wait for that conversation to play out and for them to move along. One will head down into the tunnels, one will move to the back of the courtyard, and we can then move in behind him, render him unconscious, hide his body in the dumpster next to us, and then take his outfit. There we go, what a snug fit. So now we can make our way down into the tunnels. I'm going to select my silenced pistol and make my way all the way down. We're heading for the changing room, or the locker room, down in the center where the ATP or ATV documents are located, along with a few weapons and some poison, I believe. So there is our target, the officer, and we know how to deal with this guy, so we're just going to take one quick shot at the oil drum there while no one is looking. That will get the officer's attention, and when he comes over to investigate, we can then shoot the puddle of oil, and down goes the guard. Although he doesn't actually look like an officer there. Normally he has the red beret on. For some reason today he does not. He's been demoted. So down goes our 4th target, and that leaves us 1 more target, and that was the gentleman we spotted right at the start of the level, outside of the shoe shop, the headmaster's shop, sorry. So that's where we're going to head off to now, but we're going to go a strange way, because we're going to go via the school. So we're going to make our way up into the school premises, since we have the right uniform on, even though technically the waiters are allowed in here as well. We're going to hide ourselves just in this little nook here, select our Seeker 1, and shoot our target with the Seeker 1. He's going to get sick, and he's going to make his way to the outer bathroom of the Shisha Cafe. So we're just going to run on ahead of him and get ourselves nice and ready for his arrival. So he'll be making his way along behind us rather shortly. He is moving somewhat slower than we are, so we will have a chance once we reach our destination, which is here. We can catch our breath a little bit so we don't look puffed out when our target finally arrives. And speaking of the devil, here he comes now. He's going to make his way into the bathroom, and when he does, we're just going to go and hold his hair for him, even though, like us, he has none. So get a face full of that, mate. There you go. You are relieved of your duties. General Zayden's orders. Stay there, he said. So all we've got to do now is make good our escape. Just make sure that when you go through that door from the bathroom, you are running, as his body is usually spotted immediately. So there we go, one more trending contract taken care of. Quite an enjoyable one. We're getting a few new NPCs that don't normally pop up in these contracts, so it's nice to expand our horizons a little bit. We have confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan, and we've got our silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.